Hello. Today I want to talk about knowing God. How to know God. There are many of you who want to know the Lord, who have practices of devotion and service to God, and want to offer yourself to God. But if your acts of devotion and service remain alone on the relative field, here in the created world, with the thoughts of your mind and the actions of your body, you will not know God. Your thoughts and your actions will not reach God. They are covered by all the activity here in the relative field, because your mind is bounded by the relative field and cannot reach the Lord. So what is the way to know God and to serve God with your devotion and with your actions? To know God, one must realize God. One must realize God in the field of the transcendent. A meditation practice allows this when that practice transcends the relative field and leaves yourself by itself to experience itself. Yourself is divine being. This is your essential nature. Divine being, that is God. To know God is to realize God by transcending the relative field. When you return to your experience of the relative field that you experience with your mind and your physiology, with the consciousness of waking, dreaming, or sleeping, that activity in the relative field helps to stabilize the infusion of divine being from your meditation practice. And the repeated infusion of divine being in your meditation practice eventually so transforms your mind and your physiology that they rise to that status of divine being. They rise to that status of universal God. Consciousness of divine being remains always alongside the consciousness of the relative field, the waking, sleeping, or dreaming. Now you know God. You live God in your life here in the relative field, here in the world. And naturally, devotion to the Lord grows. Love for the Lord grows, cultures your heart. Your mind is satisfied with that understanding of knowing God, and your heart is satisfied with that experience of knowing God. So, do your meditation practice. Have that practice that enables you to transcend the relative field. Experience divine being, yourself, that is universal God. Bring that experience into your life here in the world, and rise to that status of your nature. Rise to that status of universal God, and know God as you live God. Thank you, beloved Guru. All glory be to thee.